Hey guys, Allie from Little Hill Homestead. I am bringing you the perfect artichoke dip today. I think I'm gonna do like a little series on some New Year's Eve appetizers, and this is the first one and probably my very, very favorite. I don't even know how I'm gonna compete with this one, to be honest. But today we have our artichoke dip. It is full of artichokes, zero spinach because that's gross. Artichokes, cheese, it's got some pimentos and some peppers in it, but it's not spicy. It's creamy. I'm getting a scoop of it now for you. It's creamy and delicious, and I'm like, come on, it's so good. Once you make this, you will never, ever, ever make another artichoke dip. I promise you, it's the best. Y'all, keep watching for this recipe. I'm telling you right now, it's freaking delicious. It's vegetarian, by the way. You're gonna love it. Keep watching. All right, the first step for our artichoke dip, you need a large bowl. We're gonna put the ingredients in here and then I'll cut the bread and show you how to do that part. But you need 2 7-ounce cans of diced green chilies. We've drained those. They don't really make it spicy. They just give it like a peppery flavor. We have 1 jar of pimentos as well that I have drained. That's 4 ounces. We have a 1/2 cup of shredded jack cheese. 1 cup of shredded parmesan, like the fresh type. I've never tried it with the powdered. I would not recommend it. But we have 1.5 cups of mayonnaise. This is our homemade, but you can use just whatever you have on hand. Okay, I'm making a mess. Hold on, let me move some of this behind me so I have room. Okay, and then I have 2 cans of quartered artichoke hearts. You need to make sure that you get the ones that are not marinated in oil. So let me see if I have the can right here. It's in the trash can, but I'll show you next. So these are the ones that we use. They're quartered. They are not in oil. The way I can sometimes tell, because it doesn't always say on the front, is if you look at the calories that's in them. If it's really high, they're in oil. These are 25 calories for 5 whole artichokes, so you know you're good. Okay, I'll wash my hands again. But I've just cut them up a little bit smaller, more like bite-sized pieces. They are drained, by the way. And we're gonna put those into our mix. All you're gonna do is stir that together. What I love about this one is it doesn't have spinach, which if you're a fan of artichokes and not spinach, this is the dip for you. It's just, I don't know, we've had this, well, I'll tell you the story while I can tell you now because I'm not doing anything right now. Growing up, my mom made this all the time. And then as we got older and I married my husband and stuff, anytime we went to like a family party at his house, they would ask her to bring it. So she brought it to Christmas Eve at his house every single year. But it's one that my mom, I don't know, we just always had it. And she got the recipe from one of her good friends. And it's just one that every single time we make it, we get people saying, what's the recipe for that? Or you get to the point where anytime you go to like a potluck or something, they're gonna ask you to bring it. It's delicious. It's like creamy, a little bit cheesy, not spicy, but it's got a pepperiness to it that's really good. And then the artichokes, which, you know, I mean, who doesn't like artichoke? I cheated today. I bought a loaf of Italian bread because I did not have time to make one. Typically I do. But this is just from the grocery store. The big thing you gotta look for is not sliced. I think it was $3 for this guy, but you're gonna cut the top off. What I like about making my own is I feel like you get a whole lot more, well, for the money, but this one's like flat to me. I don't know. We're gonna save that because we are gonna put it back on the top. You're gonna use your hand and very, very carefully dig all the bread out of the bowl, but don't puncture the crust on the edge. So all I'm doing is kind of like wiggling my fingers in there, and it kind of loosens it up from that edge, and you can pull it out. We are gonna cut this into cubes, and that's what you serve it with. You can serve it with crackers or tortilla chips or anything like that. I know for us, a lot of times we will buy 2 loaves of bread. We'll use the insides of one and then cut the second one as well, because it does make a pretty good amount of artichoke dip. But yeah, like my mom makes this, brings it over to Sean's house, or Sean's parents' house. His brother will eat like half the loaf. It's the type where you like walk away thinking, I'm good. And then you come back 2 seconds later because you're like, no, I need one more bite. And you walk away and then you're like, no, I need more. So, like I said, this loaf's a little small. We're gonna do what we can do with it. You're gonna just take some of your filling, go ahead and put it in there. Whoop. Yeah, this is definitely gonna be too much filling for this little bread bowl. We've done mini bread bowls too, and we eat this for dinner. So everybody gets their own little mini bread bowl. If you have extra, I'll show you what you can do. Kind of just have to mush it in there so that it gets to all the edges of the bread. Oh, pretty close actually, except I spilled half of it on the cutting board. Okay. Let me show you. I'm just gonna use this guy. Just a lidded glass pan or dish. I'm gonna dump the leftovers in there and we're gonna cook it alongside the bread when we put it in the oven. And that could be an appetizer for you before you take this to your party. Or you can also take it with you wherever you're going, and then as people deplete what's in here, you can refill it. Set that aside. I am gonna pick up this giant artichoke that fell and pop it on top. Okay, I'm using my towel. It is clean. I should grab a paper towel, but I'm just gonna kind of scoop stuff back in. If you want to put a little more cheese or pimentos on the top of it to make it look pretty, you can. I don't find it's necessary because look, you just covered it up. But, where's the pan? Behind me. And grab it. All right. You're gonna take foil and we're gonna wrap our bread bowl. I usually do 2 sheets that I crisscross. Hoping you guys can see this. So I do the second one the opposite way. That gives you like the full wrapping power that you can have with it. All I gotta do is lift this up, set it in your foil. Get that first one wrapped on there, and then kind of the second one in there. Like I said, I'm gonna slide it to one side of my cookie sheet. I'm gonna pop my extra right next to it. I'm gonna take the bread and I'm gonna put it into just some kind of baggie or something so it doesn't get dried out while this is cooking. This is gonna go into a 350-degree oven for 45 minutes to an hour. I know you can take it out at 45 minutes. This is what I do. Give it a stir and make sure that it's heated through. If it's not, rewrap the foil back up, pop it in for 15 more minutes. So I'm gonna pop it in the oven and I'll be back as soon as it's done so I can show you. I'm trying every angle to get you guys to where you can see. I just pulled our artichoke dip out of the oven. Our extra one is bubbling like crazy, which is awesome. So that one is good to go. I did pop our extra bread into some foil, wrapped it up and popped it in the oven for a few minutes right before this one was done so that it could get nice warm and perfect. And yeah, you don't want cold bread. I mean, it doesn't really matter. You could use cold bread, but so ours went for 45 minutes. I'm gonna stir it and make sure it's good. I have a spoon here somewhere. There we go. I'm just gonna pop your top off and give it a little stir just to see. Now the outside edge is of course gonna get hot fastest, so I kind of scoop the outside towards the middle. When I do this, just kind of incorporate the heat, just in case it's not heated all the way through. There's nothing in here that needs to cook, so you're just looking to warm it up. It's like creamy and cheesy, and I wasn't starving, but now I think I'm starving. All right, so that is our artichoke dip. Look at that. I mean, let me see if I can bring you up to it. I mean, it's got like the beauty, and it's like creamy and cheesy, and you're gonna be spoiled if you try this. You're never gonna eat another artichoke dip ever again and think this is good. You'll, like, we go to restaurants and we're like, no, we just need to go home and make our own. I might melt my face off, but I just keep a spoon in here when it's like on the counter for people for appetizers. Just load this up and you're good to go. There's your perfect little artichoke dip bite. Oh yeah. Give this a try. I promise that if you do, I say this every time though. This is the best artichoke dip you will ever eat. Ever. You're gonna want it for dinner, like I said. Put it in a mini bowl and eat it for dinner. It's the best. I'm afraid it's too hot, but I'm gonna eat it anyways because I'm apparently like self-torture. I don't know. The worst angle ever. Oh my word. Something special about this. You definitely need to try it. Appreciate you guys watching. As always, hit subscribe. I'm trying to come up with some New Year's or Christmas Eve appetizers for you. Christmas Eve may have passed already when you're watching this, but let me stand you guys up. There. Trying to come up with some New Year's Eve appetizers for you guys. So this is our first one. I'm not sure what other ones I've got up my sleeve, but definitely have some. So hit subscribe if you need ideas for New Year's Eve. We do just a whole bunch of appetizers all over the island. We don't leave the house. Our kids usually are here or they bring people to our house. So this one though, like I said, fan favorite. Hope you guys make it. Thanks as always for watching. We appreciate you more than you know. And have a wonderful rest of your day.